if we go back to what really got me started to developing this foam material, was really back in the day when I guess I had reached a certain age where you start to lose precious people around you to cancer, and through consulting with health practitioners, that's when my eyes opened. That's when I became aware of all the off-gassing of plastics, synthetics, from car dashboards to stereo components to just everything around you. My family has a deep history in supplying all the major market with mattress components. And I was just at a point in my life where I was looking at everything. I was like a curious child in my 30s that was now looking at everything around me, and I had my parents, my dad had so often wanted me to get involved in the mattress components business, and I had no interest in it. I was very successful. I had a cabinet business. It was a little bit more in tune with furniture, fashion, and it was fun. I had a great time. Was making good money. Had no desire to change. But when my eyes were open to different toxins that we live around, at that point in my life, I just observed. I observed the mattress industry through the components that were being offered. And my family business was offering better components. They were offering latex components. And I looked at that and was evaluating it just based on stepping back, looking at it through a curious look, and wondering, well, why isn't there only latex on the market? What else is there? And everything else out there, what made it in 99% of the mattresses on the market were extremely unhealthy. You know, in my view, I was looking at this from urethanes to glues, and the more I looked, the worse it got. How some of these multiple layers were just buttered up with glue, oozing out of the sides, oozing out of the top. I actually couldn't believe that the fabric on top was glued on just to keep its aesthetics firm and rigid for the look of the product. Well, now these adhesives were making it very close to the surface layer where you breathe that in. And I only discovered that when we started ripping apart different brand mattresses to see what made them tick, to see what was behind them. And it was horrifying. It really wasn't something that I expected. I never expected the situation of what was going into mattresses as bad as what I had discovered. And that was much more the drive behind making Essentia mattresses than the actual only natural memory foam in the world. Natural memory foam in the world was something, again, that just my eyes were open to the toxins that were around us, and again, I refuse to believe that that's the only way. I hired many chemists and biochemists that worked with me through those early years, and they just don't get it. A lot of them would say, well, what's the problem? It works. I go, but I want it to work without the poison. And a lot of the chemists have bought into this whole idea that if the levels of toxins are government approved, that's fine, that's acceptable. And everyone looks at what governments, what most Western governments will approve as levels of exposure to toxins. And they hug that. That's what they're targeting. They just want to pass the laws. They don't want to beat them by a landmark. They don't want to eliminate them. They just want something that makes it legal. And I thought that was completely absurd, completely unacceptable. You have to try to make it the best, the healthiest possible, and anything other than that mission is completely wrong. And that was the challenge. That was what we were really working hard towards, was eliminating the toxins, not just making them acceptable. And because I sincerely believe that what the government approvals are to how the level of toxicity of these products are, you have a constant exposure to which medically is called chronic exposure to low level toxins. And all the products around us, they're all legal. they're legal in your car. It's legal components for your stereo equipment. Everything you use is all like within, but you have chronic exposure to low level toxins. And I think that that's part of the epidemic we have going on in the world, where people are getting sick, where the immune systems are not tolerating it, because our immune systems are constantly fighting everything around us. And that was really the driving force behind making the only natural memory foam in the world. And I'm extremely proud of that. Extremely proud of where I've taken that.